Okay, here's another scenario. Let's say you're a celebrity. You're an actor, a musician, an athlete, a politician, or just really, really, really wealthy. In most of those cases, you are a good celebrity because you practiced at it. It's not like you were born one day and it's like, oop, you could become a doctor, or oop, you could become a politician or an actor. No, you practiced it and then you got good because you worked your ass off. So if you go to a grocery store, there are people that are unsung heroes that are good grocery store people. Why can't they just be paid $100,000 a year? Like doctors and athletes and stuff are paid millions of dollars a year to entertain people. You're a football player because you love playing the game. You're not a football player because you're motivated by money. I mean, that might be a part of it, but if 90% of being a football player isn't love of the game, why the hell are you a football player? Let's say you're a doctor and you earn between $100,000 and $300,000 a year on average. What's your problem? Why is it that you don't want janitors to earn $100,000 a year? Because you're a greedy pig? Why isn't your motivation for being a doctor just empathy? Why can't janitors earn the same amount of money? What's money based on? Gold? Silver? No, it's based on computer numbers on a screen. What's your problem that you can't allow janitors to earn the same as doctors? You think being a janitor is a good job? Then you go be a janitor. You think it's easy being a janitor? You think it's easy being a doctor? No. All jobs suck, and they don't pay enough most of the time. What's your motivation for being a doctor? What's your motivation for saying that fast food workers and waiters don't deserve the same amount of money that you do? Are you just going to cook all your own food? What about the farmers? What about the truck drivers? Why can't they make the money you do? What if the entire food service industry just went away in the United States? All the rich, poor food service people, anybody that had anything to do with food. What's your problem that the lowest paid worker can't just make the same amount of money as you because you're a classist pig? You think that grocery store workers aren't saving your life? Fine, go your whole life without eating food. Why are you a classist pig? We need to get over this idea that doctors and celebrities and rich people are the highest order of moral fiber among the human species. The reason you think that is because, well, doctors are on their feet all the time, and they save lives, and they make a lot of money. You know who else is also on their feet all the time? People who work in soup kitchens, people who work retail, people who work at the Goodwill are on their feet all the time. They have to deal with grumpy people. So it's a job I wouldn't like to do because I don't like to deal with people's attitude problems. I got enough going on that I cannot tolerate bullshit. But people that work in soup kitchens can. It just goes right through them a lot of times. They serve you with a smile. You like doctors because they make a lot of money. And that makes you a classist. The problem is that capitalism has warped your mind and has turned you into a sociopath, and you need to get over it. Just because somebody organizes things at like a shoe company or something, they organize shoes. You think that they're not on their feet all the time? You think that that doesn't take some sort of talent to deal with irascible people? Doctors are not the highest order of anything. They're simply people that are a cog in the system, and without those cogs, whether it's a shoe salesman or a florist or a doctor, if any of those go away, society crashes. You love them because they make a lot of money. Just admit you're a classist, and capitalism has warped your freaking mind. Soup kitchen people are just as worthy of your phone number, Taco Bell workers are just as worthy of your phone number. Burger flippers, Walmart greeters, as doctors. Bernie Sanders and I would agree. Most Generation Z are against capitalism because they want people to be equal. You're an outlier. You worship money. Other than the fact that doctors make a lot of money, and without them people would die, why do women fall in love with doctors? Oh, you think that there's no such thing as empathic retail workers that will give you clothing and a service with a smile? Well, they don't make a lot of money. They're on their feet all the time. They work long hours. Why not just reorganize the system to pay everybody $100,000 a year? Greedy? Or is it that your ass can't distinguish from your brain because capitalism has warped your mind? Why are doctors so important to you in this debate about equal wages? Why doctors? Because they went to school a long time? People that work shit jobs that do data entry go to school for a long time. People that are artists and painters go to school for a long time. You like doctors because they're on their feet all the time? What about retail workers? What about waiters? What about teachers? You like them because you worship money and you're a class's pig. Are you not ready to admit that as a Gen Z person, you're behind in the times when it comes to things like communism acceptance? Has it not crossed your mind that you could have a direct democracy while people are paid the same wages? Why do you need more than $100,000 a year? Why are doctors so important to you? Why don't you just watch this video again? Because I'm pretty sure that you like them because they worship money. And you worship money. Why do people become doctors? Because they're empathic. Why do you women date doctors? Because doctors have a lot of money. Same with athletes and celebrities and cookie cutter mold people that are the same as the last guy that they dated. Let's just face it. Women can be stupid too. And when it comes to things like money, if that speaks to you, nah, you're not a left-wing person. You're a classist. Really, I need to go over my good qualities in order for you to date me? Fine, I'm compassionate, I'm kind, and I'm usually humble, but you asked, now didn't you? IRL is not online. If you're going to be praising me on the internet, you're going to be praising me offline, or I'm going to block you. Having kids with me is not a requirement. But if you're young, meaning you're Generation Z, in college age, I will date you. As long as you're not going to force me into being a step-parent. Because I'm not going to do that. It's not a requirement that we have kids. What I'm saying is if we fall in love and you're 18 to 24 and we're thinking about getting married or whatever, I want my kids to have strong DNA. Well, I mean, I'll make you a deal here. If you talk shit about me, I guarantee you I'll block you. If I find out about it, it's IRL or it's on the internet or to my face and you talk shit, bye. Blocked. My good qualities are listed in the video below. If you're so shithead towards me, I'm going to be a shithead towards you. And then I'll block you. Because I don't like people who are shitty or who worship money. Get me, dog? Right. You liked Bernie Sanders, but you won't date anybody who lives at a homeless shelter. Oh, you hate the power of money. Excuse yourself from this conversation, hypocrite. This is done. You are done. I'm not talking to you anymore. You've ruined it. I told you I was going to talk about this every day until I had a girlfriend. Generation Z. You like Black Lives Matter. I like Black Lives Matter. But I'm Generation X, so you think that being a bigot from you is acceptable. It isn't. You're a bigot. Again, I have plenty of good qualities. I'm a good listener. I hate bigotry. I am a friendly guy. I'm entertaining on dates. I'm interesting. I'm cool. I have dignity. I hate to say it, but usually in most situations I'm pretty humble about things. And when people praise me, I tend to say no. What you're really saying when you ask things like, what do you have to offer, is how much money is in my bank account. That's what you're really asking me.